Good afternoon, everyone. I hope you had a good lunch. So thank you for coming to the session. Yes, I'm the founder and CEO of Lucid Reality Labs, and we started our company 7 years ago. And we are focusing on developing immersive, interactive, high visual fidelity training and simulation for many industries, including healthcare, MedTech, pharma, aerospace, and defense. And you can imagine how difficult to work with these industries because they're very regulated and they're very demanding. So at some point, we realized that just integrating XR into their business model, into the solution, is not enough, and we need something more. And we came up to the idea of having not just XR, but IXR, which is intelligent XR. And the equation is artificial intelligence plus XR. We got IXR, intelligent XR. So we started working on this recently, a few years ago, and today I would like to share with you our successful case of integrating AI into XR training and simulation for healthcare education. First, I would like to talk about the second part of this equation, XR. So the case is about developing virtual reality training of intubation process. One of our strategic partner, Medtronic, who is the world's leading company in medical device, came to us with a request that they want to develop product demonstration in virtual reality. And it was a special product. It was a very innovative product called video laryngoscope. And video laryngoscope is used for intubating patients. Before, everyone used direct laryngoscope without video display, and now they introduced a new device that allows you to see what you're doing exactly and avoid some mistakes while doing an intubation. So we wanted to make it very nice, and not just nice, but we want to replicate. We wanted to create a digital twin of the environment, digital twin of the equipment, of the tools used, of the patient, and the process. And one more important component is the emotional state and level of stress that doctors feel when they're in operating room. So we were invited to one of the hospitals, and our development team was present during that surgery. So we could understand how responsible it is to be there to make those actions. What are the lighting? What are the sounds? What are the smell in the operating room? And we try to implement it into the solution. So next slide, I will show you what we've got. The video quality in the headset is much better. So you can see interactivity. So the user can interact with the stylet, with the tube. And what we did also, we integrated clinical data into the virtual environment. On laryngoscope, you see it's turned on, and you see the video feed from the real patient data. And insert in the tube. And also we develop analytics. So after each session, the trainee will get the information. What was done right, what was done wrong, how to improve, what are the parameters like time of intubation, because for intubation time is critical. You have to do it less than 1 minute in real life. So with this experience, we participated in more than 60 conferences, industry conferences around the world. And what we found that people who train with this experience, they don't perceive it as a demonstration tool. They immediately answer, wow, I like this training tool. I would like to train at home Can we use it for our school? Can we use it for workshops with practitioners? So we realized, okay, now we have to build a training tool. So together with Medtronic and University of Lausanne, we conducted a research, a study based on 6,000 trainees who use this tool and analyzed data. And actually, we published a research in the British Journal of Anesthesiology that's saying that virtual reality is an effective tool for teaching video laryngoscope intubation. You can see next slide. This video from the conferences.
How did I find it? Really good, very realistic. I felt like I was totally lost within the virtual reality world. A great learning and educational tool.
That's really fascinating.
Oh my goodness.
That is fantastic, by the way. Absolutely fantastic.
Very useful tool, good technology to help teach people who are training, and even for people who are relearning, keeping up with their skills.
Yeah, and after this feedback and research we decided, okay, we need to develop a training tool, but we need to develop self-guided training tool, not instructor-guided. So to give a tool to students and residents to go home, to train at home, and to give really scalable solution. But how can we do it? And so idea of integrating AI assistant came to our mind, because we wanted to give real-time feedback on the actions, on the mistakes. We wanted to develop a companion, not only an avatar that speaks like a robot, but a mate, a companion who supervises, who helps you, who gives some fun and engagement. And we face a big challenge. So we realized that people who are studying medicine, they spend 10 years to do it. And the question of trust is very important. So they will not trust to the avatar, to robot. They need someone whom they know, whom they can trust, some authority voice, and fun person, good teacher, technical savvy. So, and we were lucky to find a person who is a known anesthesiologist, who is a great lecturer, who is technical savvy, and who was willing to help us. So please meet Dr. Patrick Schutker.
Hello! I did not have a chance to attend this awesome event today. I delegated my medical experience to our intelligent medical AI assistant. And you know what? He's also called Dr. Patrick. So my name is Patrick. I'm a physician and medical researcher focusing my efforts on anesthesiology and difficult airway. I try to find solutions to improve airway management and the way we teach. I'm the head of anesthesia at the University Hospital of Lausanne in Switzerland, and I'm leading the medical virtual reality intubation simulation to promote the use of VR and video laryngoscopy. I'm trying to bring every innovative solution towards the benefits of our patients. Our intelligent XR AI-powered solution, developed with Lucid Reality Labs, has been long envisioned. Many medical practitioners love it. Please enjoy Alex's presentation as we all put our best efforts into this project, and do not hesitate to give us your feedback so we can keep empowering healthcare with the intelligent XR. See you there, have fun, and stay tuned. We are virtual, but actually we're quite real. Bye-bye.
Yeah, and we started having fun. So the task was to create a digital twin of the professor, and the first is visual component. The avatar should look like the professor, and we thought, okay, probably we can use like traditional way to build an avatar, but it takes a lot of time. It's not cost efficient. We tried to find a new tool, and we just used, and we didn't have any capacity to make a photogrammetry in studio because of the logistic issues. So I met Dr. Patrick during 3 weeks ago during American Society of Anesthesiology Congress, and I ask if he can make a scan. So we use reality scan application. You see it's real video I scan, and in a few hours we receive his avatar, which looks like very similar to Professor. And we started testing. So when we integrated into the virtual reality simulation, we realized, okay, this guy looks like Professor, but he speaks like a robot. And we want some people trust him. So we found a solution how to synthesize his voice, exactly as Professor Patrick Schutker is speaking. And also, after synthesizing the voice, we realized that we need to add some personality. Because in life, he's different. The robot is different. So he's very positive. He's very, he likes makes jokes, and he has a lot of anecdotes, a lot of stories about anesthesiology. So we asked him, could you please share your favorite phrases? Could you please share your jokes? Could you please share your phrases? So we feed it into the AI system, and we actually teach taught Avatar how to behave like Professor Patrick. And yeah, and at the end, what we've got, it's a subject matter expert, digital twin, who looks like a subject matter expert, real one, who speaks like Professor, who behaves like Professor. Also, we feed it AI algorithm with the latest peer-to-peer researches from the scientific articles based on studies on video laryngoscopy. So it's like 1 week before was published the article, it's already there. Another important moment that we integrated AI assistant with a scenario of this immersive experience. So AI assistant understands what trainees are doing, at which steps they are, what mistakes they are doing, what good or bad, and they can answer any question. So the trainee said, which blade should I use for this case? Is it difficult airways or not? And AI assistant understands and helps them, and using the knowledge base can add more, explain why, not just what to use, but why. Another important pillar is a AI safeguard. We realized that when we started testing with real people during the conference, they were so fascinating. They started playing with AI assistants. They started asking provocative questions about his wife, about his family, about different stuff. And we realized, okay, we need to do some AI safeguarding to avoid some harm, non-ethical answers. And we did it in AI algorithms. So whenever you ask any provocative question, he knows how to answer and make everyone happy. So next video is what we've got at the end.
Welcome to the McGrath-Mac video laryngoscopy simulation.
Who created and developed you?
I was created and developed by a team of virtual reality developers in collaboration with Dr. Patrick Schutker, a renowned anesthesiologist and medical researcher. The purpose of my development is to assist anesthesiologists in training and practicing with video McGrath laryngoscopes.
What is the difference between anesthesiologists and doctors?
If the surgeon knows the name of the vessel he is cutting, this is great. If the anesthesiologist knows the name of the vessel that is bleeding, that is bad. Select a patient on the screen at your up left side.
Dear Patrick, what are the benefits of using a video laryngoscope compared to the usual one?
The main advantages are that, due to their high-quality optics, VL allow to share the view of the airway and intubation process to the whole team present around the patient. Thanks to this sharing, the airway management is improved as you get the inputs from all the specialists, bringing their own knowledge to the benefits of the patients.
How to use X-blade laryngoscope.
The X-blade is a great example of a hyperangulated blade. By using it, it allows to look around the corner and provide a great visualization of the tracheal inlet. One must, however, not forget that the goal is to intubate and not only visualize the process. A proper understanding of the three-dimensional anatomy shown on a two-dimensional screen will improve the success of the intubation.
What recommendations do you have for difficult airway cases?
Know your patients, understand their possible airway problems based on their history, on their diseases, and on their specific anatomy. The more you know, the better you will be prepared. And if you encounter an unexpected difficult airway, know your talents, your team, and your equipment. Look to your left and pick up the McGrath Mac handle. Turn on the McGrath by touching the black button on the left side of the handle. Now look again to the table on your left and pick up the appropriate blade. Slide the blade over the camera stick until it is fully seated. Select appropriate ET tube. Now insert the McGrath Mac video laryngoscope into your patient's mouth. Visualize the vocal cords and insert the endotracheal tube. Now insert the endotracheal tube. Well done. You have successfully intubated your patient. 1 minute passed. Please remove the McGrath Mac handle. This simulation has been completed. Please check the screen at your upper left to see your end scores.
So everyone who tries this experience was so fascinating. It's impossible. I cannot believe that I can communicate with digital twin of the well-known professor and ask any question. So I think it's one of the benefits that direct access to the latest knowledge base, and you don't need to look for that and check different articles. You can get answer immediately. So what we learned from this experience. So there are some challenges we have to think about, we have to consider them. The first one is a compliance and regulation. So in healthcare and MedTech and pharma, every word matters. So you cannot just throw statements, you have to refer to something. And so we also found a solution how to do it. So we narrowed down the specific subject of video laryngoscopy to only peer-to-peer researches, textbooks, reliable information, not taking into account like Wikipedia or any other non-reliable resources. Then teaching the right things is very important. We can teach the wrong thing. So what we realize, if engineers and artists will develop a training for medical practitioners for healthcare, it will not be successful without subject matter expert. So we work as a one team, practitioners, developers, and only in this collaboration we create a good solution. And the last one is a trust to AI. So there are a lot of people that are more conservative and they're still very, they don't believe, they don't trust. But I think it will require some time. I remember when we started 7 years ago, virtual reality, augmented reality, also we have the same issues. People didn't understand, and we spent a lot of time educating. Now you see this conference full, and a lot of people, they know what it is. They want just a solution for their needs. At the same time, we recognize a lot of opportunities. So adapting AI is a great self-advancing system that can help adapt to the specific trainee, and it can help us to build a personalized training. So if you're good in intubation, probably for you it will be a little bit boring, but if you're a freshman or just a resident, you will feel very excited and sometimes very stressful. So we want to understand, based on the answers, based on the behavior, based on the mistakes, and we can adapt it. The next one, yeah, I already mentioned, real-time access to the latest knowledge. And it's, of course, a new intuitive tool for the digital generation. So again, based on our experience during the congresses, so we can see that people from the school, from university, they do it immediately, very fast. Even my 4-year-old son, I put headset, and he knows what to do. So, I mean, the new generation, they will require new tools for learning, and this is a good example. Of course, it's a scalable solution. It's accessibility with new headsets, which are comparatively low cost. The students and people who are interested can have access to this solution. Yeah. As a conclusion, I must say that it's a future. We are still experimenting with different subjects. We are in the process of developing haptic feedback component for this simulation. We are developing a solution based on biosensors to more understand emotional state and cognitive state of the trainees and to adapt to their state. And yeah. If you have any questions, I would be happy to answer.
Yeah, thanks a lot, Alex, for that very interesting talk and these insights. Are there any questions from the audience? Where should I start? I think the gentleman was first. Sorry for that.
Thank you for presentation. And Dr. Patrick said that you succeed. How do you know it's successful or not? It's operation. Yeah. There's an AI behind.
Yeah, that's a great question. So our objective was to create AI assistant who is a digital twin of Dr. Patrick. So if Dr. Patrick is happy and believes that we succeeded, so he likes how it behaves, how it looks like, and he sees the potential of using this technology for students. But of course, we would need a lot of testing and in university environments to give more feedback.
My question is quite similar. Thank you. That presentation was great. I think airway management is a great area to focus on because it is so high risk. Kind of leading on for that question, I wondered what sort of data you're planning on collecting and have collected on this, and whether you're planning on collecting objective data as to whether it actually improves intubation time in an actual clinical environment. And I'm also wondering whether you're planning to run peer review of the AI information that's given with other doctors throughout an extended period of time, because it sounds like you've trained it with some excellent resources, but kind of on the back end. But it'd be great to know what sort of information comes out through longer periods as you continue to test it.
Yeah, I'm sorry. The first question was
more how you're planning on, what sort of data you're planning on collecting, and whether you're planning on objectively assessing whether it improves clinical performance of intubation in an actual clinical environment with doctors and trainees.
Okay, so as I understood you correctly, so how we can estimate what was wrong, what was right during the experience? Oh.
So during, but also afterwards. So if the trainee uses the technology, how are you going to be sure that that actually improves their intubation technique in an actual clinical environment, and whether or not the use of this translates to clinical work or not?
Yeah, so there are different components of this evaluation, how they can understand that they're doing right or wrong, as they're improving or not. So the first is we are training the procedure. It's procedural training, first of all. What you do first, what you do second, how you hold this laryngoscope, how you breathe, how you stand. And we implemented an algorithm that can evaluate it. So if you do a different angle, you will have a vibration and haptic feedback telling you that, okay, you're touching the virtual teeth or vocal cords, or you're not inserting too deep, or vice versa, you're using extra force. So it's based on analytics. Second, what we noticed during the conferences, people who never did an intubation in their life, like students or residents, with real patient. So what they do, first they train with virtual reality, then they move to the silicone mannequins, and they feel completely different. If they would do it directly with a silicone mannequin, they feel more comfortable, they feel more confident because of the environment, immersive environment, the sound, everything. So we played with some practitioners, with like anesthesiologists with 20 years. We changed the parameters of the heart rate and blood pressure. They see the patient's operational theater, but also they listen devices. When we started changing the heart rate, beep, 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 their hands started trembling. People with 20 years of experience, they need to do something. So it means that for the brain, it's just the same. What you are doing in real life or doing in virtual reality. So it gives them, confidence in the first world.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks, Alex, for the...